Hello, everybody. So we've got the beautiful Farmall here, and yeah, ignore the fresh paint splash down there. I was just comparing colors. We have three colors: the color that I have available, the color that this has been repainted at some point, and then up here the original color. And I gotta say, mine matches much closer to the original than this nasty orangey color does, but neither one of them is quite correct to the original paint. Oh well, what do you do? Let's see. Since you guys have last seen me, I got all the wiring tucked into here, into this clip. I still have not reinstalled that clip because that is a lot of rust right there. I do want to clean that up and probably throw some paint, at least some primer on that for now. And once that's done, I'll get them into that clip, and then they'll also all get zip tied up together. And there's no clips up in this area other than this one right here. So I don't know. I'm thinking I might want to put that in there and just have it loop back, just as a way of keeping it tidied up. I have reinstalled our box. What to say about that? It's the front's not on it yet. Nothing's in it. The run stop switch here is all disassembled, and the rest of it's been painted, or being painted, I should say. I'll tell you guys about that in a minute. So yeah, a bunch of stuff going on over here, painting. And I forgot my pliers outside again. I left them on the tractor. I thought I grabbed everything, but I missed those because they were tucked back up under here. I had sent them back up under there, and this used to hang a little lower, and it was totally hidden. And I forgot them, and like 4 days of rain have happened. But yeah, there's all the knobs and everything, and there's the front of it. That's basically ready to go. It's just waiting for all the paint to dry on this stuff over here. And then it'll all go in the tractor, get wired up. And I need to clean up after myself. I got to take care of the hatchet and the wrench still. But I'm getting kind of tired. That's why I thought I better video. Fill you guys in on everything that I've done, which I've done it all off camera because of this. I'll tell you, like I say, about that in a minute. New reverse light is on, rear work light, whatever you want to call it. It's really a work light. I don't know why I called it reverse light. Both the new headlights are mounted. There's no wiring to any of those lights yet because that wiring goes in this box off of that switch that's already in the front panel. So kind of hard to wire it when you don't have everything there. So anyway, tractor got some good exercise today. The good news is that our temperature gauge, I verified finally, it does work. So it's sitting on the stop right now, and we did get up to right about the L in the word cold, I guess. So it did come up. Didn't make it into the run, which does make me still suspect that I might not have a thermostat in this. But at least I know it's not going to blow up without me seeing that it's going into the red here. Yeah, that is mounted. So that is that. Now the reason that I didn't film any of the work this weekend, and the reason that these furniture blankets are on here, is because my girlfriend's oldest daughter and her two kids and her husband were all here, and we did some tractor rides and stuff. So I had to, let's not step in dog poop, yuck. I had to get this all going as quickly as possible this weekend. So I worked yesterday evening, and then this morning up until the point that they got here, getting everything going, getting this tire, which leaks, aired up, getting the trailer into a situation where they could ride on it, getting as much of the rest of the work done on the tractor as I could. And there were just constant interruptions and things that slowed me down, namely those two. But I didn't want to leave you guys hanging with absolutely nothing this week, so I'm doing this quick recap video. I do apologize that there's not actual working video, but honestly, you didn't miss much. Just playing with some wire routing and everything. I don't have the, it doesn't go in this, it goes into here. I don't have the diode installed yet for the charging system, and I don't have the new belt yet, but I did get the corrected bolt sizes, so those are both in, and the alternator is good to go, nice and mounted. Obviously, we don't want it out this far because that still sticks out farther than this panel, which means the hood will still hit it. We want it up higher, but I need to get a much smaller belt first, as we've discussed previously. What else? Yes. I think the radiator has a small leak. I have seen on the tire several times now a wet spot right here, and right up underneath it here is the drain for the radiator, and I think the drain has a small leak on it. I think that's everything. Yeah, I do. I think that is everything. So I need to finish cleaning up after myself and get in the house. It's getting into the evening now, and I'm tired again, and I've already showered and washed up, so I just don't want to leave anything out like I did those pliers. Damn it. They're probably not savable at this point without more work than I'm willing to put into them. They would have to have, they'd have to be soaked in citric acid and, yeah, then worked and oiled and worked and oiled. It's just, I need to not leave them outside. I need to not forget them. Stupid on my part. Learn from my mistake, guys. But yeah, here's the diode. It is massive. It's way larger than it needs to be, but it's what I already owned. I already had these. They came in a kit with some other sizes. It's a 6 amp, 1000 volt diode. I think it'll handle a 12 volt system just fine. And the amperage that goes through that charging, it's not even a charging lead, that field exciting lead there isn't enough to even bother worrying about, because all it does is go up to excite the field coil inside of here, and then the charge actually comes back out on this other wire. So these two don't really carry a lot of amperage, a lot of current, so you don't have to worry about it. I mean, you can use and I do have this size also, but I use this other size for many things. It's a 1 in 4007 is, I think, maybe it's a 4001. Either one of those. I have lots of both of those, but I use them for other actual electronics projects, so I didn't want to waste one here when I have a diode that I have no use for that can go in here. Yeah, what else? I need to get this into a box, not only so I don't accidentally spark it off the tractor again, but also because it's starting to rust. That's not great. I might have to replace this already due to just leaving it out in the weather where it shouldn't be. So I need to figure out how to mount that and how to mount this light. I'm thinking I will put some kind of box that I'll mount on here, just a plastic box with a seal, and it'll house both of these things. And it won't be original to the tractor, but neither the light nor the starter push button is original to the tractor, so I don't care. All right, I think that's going to do it for today. Next time around, we will be wiring up the lights, the headlights, and that rear work light, and getting this box all put back together, and hopefully maybe getting that plastic electronics kit box mounted up on there for these things so that we don't have a mess. I think that would probably, yeah, and don't worry about it sparking, touching right now because I have the disconnect done. So that would be pert near perfect, right up in there like that. I'll have to adjust some wires and whatnot to make that happen nicely, but yeah, it's coming together. Wiring is always a rat's nest until you completely clean it up. But we will also probably address this. I have a flapper sanding wheel that I can clean that up with, and then we'll splash some primer on it, maybe some paint, but I don't see the point in painting it. Kind of a waste of paint, so I'll probably just splash some primer on it and call it good. It'll all be taken care of when we do finally take this thing apart, and I mean apart, We won't remove the engine or anything, but all the tins will come off, the gas tank will come off, as much, like this bracket will all come off, the steering column, everything, all of that will all come apart, come off the tractor, be cleaned up, be sanded down, painted, and then put back together the right way. But for now, I think I'm going to leave you guys. Oh, look at that. Can you guys see it this time? There we go. There's that grease fitting I was telling you about that's on the fan. It's in the perfect spot for me to grease it when I come back out to the tractor next. Yep. And, oh yes, we're going to replace this wire. I got some interesting sparks that I saw coming out of this today when I was driving the tractor. And this had been pushed over closer to the frame. And it was making some not fun, not good. This being the ignition coil, the spark actually comes out of here and goes through the distributor. The distributor does not create the spark. The coil does. So, yeah, this is the actual coil wire. This is just supposed to be a ground, I think. But, yeah, there was some kind of spark that happened down here, and I didn't like it. So this nasty wire is getting replaced. I mean, this side's already been replaced. Yeah. And no, I'm not an expert on ignition systems. I don't care. I know the basics. I know you plug the wires in and you get your distributor timed correctly, and then you leave it alone if you're like me. If I had to learn about it, I could, but yeah, since I don't, I won't. At least I know my firing order. If I ever accidentally get my plug wires all screwed off, all I gotta do is figure my number one plug wire, and I know my order. And although I don't know if this is one or if this is one, but that'll be in the book. Of course, the firing order will be in the book too. I'm babbling on now because I'm tired. So thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you on the next one.